I have yet to see Brianna just vibe with Connor or Chris for that matter. She just doesn't vibe with people. She is the opposite of Breezy. Hey, hey, hey! I wanted to give some opinions on episode 7 of season 10 of Love is Blind as they get to see each other's homes, get to live together a little bit, get to meet some families. You know, a lot of the guys are getting beat up online, and honestly, they do deserve it, so I really can't defend them too much. We might as well start with Alex and Ashley. Alex got a big conversation with Ashley's parents, and Ashley's father really went in on him with so many different questions. It was honestly a lot from both Alex and Ashley's father. So they met for a dinner with Ashley's parents and Ashley's brother. And yeah, her father was asking him so many questions, learning about how he was traveling for 5 years, all these different jobs he's had. And I do think the fact that Alex has had like 7,000 different jobs and was traveling the world for 5 years, it makes him seem questionable. It makes him seem like he is full of shit. But there are people like Alex that are able to travel the world and are able to just have all these different jobs around the world. You know, he started as a soccer player into crypto and all that shit. And I want to give him the benefit of the doubt, but there is something about Alex when I watch him talk and when he answers questions. It is just too polished. Like he has done this many times. You know, the fact that Ashley's father went at him so hard and he was kind of able to answer every single question, like this went on for several minutes and it was probably an edit, so it was probably even more questions from Ashley's father. He handled himself very well. You know, he's getting all this shit for looking like a bullshitter, and well, I think so too. I mean, what was he supposed to do in that situation? I didn't like the grilling from Ashley's father, actually, even though I do understand it because if I was a parent and my kid was on this show, I totally understand how you look at the show and you feel like people are full of shit. And most seasons, the guys, but the girls too, but the guys especially, are full of shit. They're there for TV, they're there for attention, they're there to get screen time, they're there to get social media followers. And so I guess that is probably why Ashley's father went so hard, but he went like overly hard. Like there was no way Alex was going to be able to impress him. So of course he thinks Alex is full of shit because Alex was able to answer all of these questions so almost too perfectly. But honestly, Ashley's father was a bit much for me. So yeah, when he did the whole "I'm the patriarch of the family and earning my trust is not easy," I was like, okay, you're not as big as bad as you think you are, Ashley's father. You're a little too old for that. Let's simmer down a little bit, but at that same time, like I said, I do kind of understand where the parents are coming from. You know, there's really only two couples on this show that I give a shit about that I actually are rooting for. And Christine and Vic are one of those couples because even though they didn't go to Mexico for whatever reason, they seem to have the realist connection. They actually seem very locked in. And Vic got to meet Christine's mother, and I thought it went very well. Honestly, Christine's mom had some of my favorite scenes I've ever seen from this show when she basically said that she thought only dumb people went on this show because I've never related more. Because any season I've watched, I always think the concept is a big failure. But you know, every once in a while, we do get a couple like Christine and Vic that seem like maybe there is a way that the concept could work, that they just find someone that they connect with in the pods. You know, Christine was really attracted to Vic's voice. He does have a nice masculine deep voice, I suppose. And yeah, I mean, obviously Christine and Vic are very attracted to each other outside of the pods, which I think you need, which is why the concept usually doesn't work. They usually come out of the pods. You could see on their faces when they're like, oh, I don't know if this is who I'm actually attracted to. I do think you have to be attracted to someone to want to marry them, especially in just a few weeks. But yeah, I like their conversation. You know, a lot of God talk, a lot of praying, which I don't have a problem with. If that's what you connect with, then I think it actually can help make your relationship stronger. The other couple that I do like is Amber and Jordan because they seem very wholesome. I mean, Jordan is very wholesome. Out of all the guys, he seems like the most regular Joe to me, which doesn't necessarily mean that's a good thing. There's a lot of regular Joes out there that are terrible partners. But it is nice to see just a regular down to earth Joe like Jordan. I like that Amber got to see his man cave. He had a nice man cave built for him. He got to see the dollhouse that she built for her daughter. I think I was worried when they first came out of the pods because I wasn't sure that Amber was going to be attracted to Jordan because she seemed like a diva coming out of the pods. I think she was the one posing before coming out of the pods. But so far, I like their little wholesome connection. We'll see if they work out. Let's quickly talk about Emma and Mike. Emma's getting a lot of flack online. People think she needs therapy, and while she probably does, I think Mike does too. I don't understand his obsession with having kids. He comes off as someone that is on the internet too much, and I get that people want kids. I get that. But I just don't think that this is the show for people that really, really, really want kids because you have to get married so soon. And I just don't. To talk about having kids so soon is just, I don't know. I don't know how to talk about the situation because I'm someone who doesn't really want kids. So it's like Mike coming out there so strong for kids while Emma has all these problems because she was adopted and she would want to adopt a kid. It feels like to me that there was a lot of kid obsessed men in this cast this season, and so Emma was never going to find someone on the same level as her where that is concerned. And so when Mike had to bring it up again at the end of episode 7, I was just over it. I'm over Mike being obsessed with kids just because his friends are having kids. He has FOMO and he's on social media too much. It's a very much social media thing. I don't care. If men are this hardcore over having kids, I understand wanting to have a family. But if you're this hardcore over having kids that it makes or breaks a relationship before it could even get started, it's stupid. Period. I've got some spoilers that there's some drama coming with Chris and Jessica. I haven't got there yet. I'm only reviewing episode 7 today. I've only watched episode 7. We know that Chris is going to try and make moves on Brianna, and I don't really feel like Chris is feeling Jessica. I haven't felt that way in any episode since the pods opened. And then Connor and Brianna, who are together, they both annoy me so much. They are the most annoying couple to me because Brianna, who goes by Breezy, that's her fucking nickname. She is anything but Breezy. I brought this up in another video. Doesn't like Connor cussing. She always wants to have these serious conversations. And I get it because the concept of this damn show is you have to marry so soon. So yes, you need to have serious conversations. I have yet to see Brianna just vibe with Connor or Chris for that matter. She just doesn't vibe with people. She is the opposite of Breezy. She always wants to be so anal about goddamn everything. But Connor's door not locking well is fucking ridiculous. Like, how do you live in a place with that kind of lock? I understand how she doesn't feel safe there. And I've said this before and I'll say it again. Connor is the typical person that I see on this show from the guys is like he's just there. I don't think he's there to find love. I don't think he's there to get married. I think he's been there to be on TV, get some social media followers. I don't buy it. He is fake. But I don't really think I'm going to like Chris either in these upcoming episodes. That leaves Devonta and Britney. Another person that pisses me off is Devonta, and I get it. He just lost his grandpa, but he didn't go home. He went to Mexico with Brittany, and he's giving her no real effort, not seeming attracted to her. There's been a big debate online that even though he's half black, he's never dated a black woman before, and he seems off put by that. And I do think that is likely the case, but it's not as if Brittany's not attractive. I can't stand people like Devonte who don't understand their own looks. I mean, he looks like Gru from Despicable Me. He literally has Gru face from Despicable Me, and yet he acts as though he's better than Brittany right now. That's the vibe I get from Devonte, and I think it's pretty damn asinine. So yeah, most of these couples suck per usual, like every season. But there's a couple that I think I'm holding on to that might actually be the real deal. But we'll see how these next couple of episodes develop.